Greetings and welcome to the Play Space Live and Game 2 of our Cooperstown Legends Super Series with History Maker Baseball. I'm Keith Avalone from Play Games. Sam Avalone is running the board tonight, and we're going to get to the baseball action. Last night, Steve Tower on his AFR channel played a Cooperstown Legends game using the new Cooperstown Legends card set, which just came out. It's kind of a Hall of Fame card set, as the name would suggest. And Steve played with one group of, two groups of players, American League versus National League. And I thought, let's make this a series. So we're going to play Game 2 with completely different players. I took out all the players that Steve used and have a completely different set of lineups for this game. This game will be played at Coors Field. Last night's game was played at Fenway. So we're moving to the National League home stomping grounds. And we have a battle of the battle of the flamethrowers here tonight with the Nolan Ryan on the mound for the American League and the big unit, Randy Johnson, throwing for the National League. So without further ado, let's get right to the action. Might have a few more runs scored in this game than last night with pitchers battle between Pedro Guerrero and Greg Maddux. The National League won that game 2-1. We'll see if they can make it a 2-0 start by defeating the American League at Coors Field. Here we go. Randy Johnson on the mound for the National League. And I'm going to move this up just... Is that out of the picture? We're still good here. I want to just move it up just a little bit. Is that good still? All right. There we go. And George Brett leading off for the American League. And here we go. We're underway. 1-3. We're going to start with an unusual result. It's going to be a umpire result. And as you can see, we have our Hall of Fame umpires in the game. Al Barlick at second base. We got Bill McGowan behind home plate, Cal Hubbard at first, and Bill Clem umpiring at third. So 1-3-5 with the bases empty. And we'll roll again. 35. A lenient umpire at second base? No, Al Barlick is not lenient. So batter slides into second base with a double rule. Save. Looks like the throw. So he's going to get a single. So Brett's going to get a single, but he's going to get thrown out at second, trying to stretch it into a double. And Al Barlick makes the call. Close call. We don't have video replay on this, so that's going to be one out for the American League. Craig Biggio. I have to tell you, it was weird seeing Paul Molitor for the Brewers playing in the National League last night on Steve's channel. I kind of think of them as being American League, but yeah. So we got Houston in the American League, and Milwaukee's in the National League for our All-Star Super Series. Okay, Craig Biggio batting, 1-3-6. Is he an ace? He's semi-ace, but no dots. So is he a whiffer or cold? He is neither. So infield. That's right. The number 2 batter is going to be hot. The number 8 batter is cold. So we have infield drama for Craig Biggio, 25. Second baseman Iron Nell. Routine bouncer ground out. So Biggio grounds out to Ryan Sandberg at second for the National League. And here comes Kirby Puckett from the Twins with 2 down. 1-2-6. Fresh, yes. Line out to second base, and that will be quick work for the American League at the top of the first. So we go to the bottom of the first with no score. Tim Raines leading off. No, I'm sorry. Tim Raines is actually the number 9 batter for the National League. Lou Brock will lead off for the National League against Nolan Ryan. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? Yes, double flash. So there goes Brock and also Ryan Sandberg as Ryan gets the Ryan Express going early. So Sandberg strikes out, Brock strikes out, and here's Orlando Cepeda, who oddly enough is not a whiffer this year. This is his 1961 card for the Giants. 1-2-4. Does Ryan have control? He does not. And Cepeda is eager this time, so it's going to be a pop out to the first base, and that'll be a quick work for Nolan Ryan. And we go to the second inning, no score. Leading off for the American League will be Frank Thomas, the only iron guy on the field, iron fielder. And here's the pitch, 2-4-5. It's going to be, is he a hero? He is not a hero, so it'll be a pop out to second base. We'll go to the experience charts for the next batter, which is Jim Rice from the 78 Red Sox. So it's going to be Neutral against Icon. Looks like Randy Johnson's going to have the advantage for this one. 15. Prospect better? No. So he's going to loop a single. Little loop and single for Jim Rice. And we got a runner on for the American League. Here's Alan Trammell from the Tigers playing shortstop. And 1-1-6. Fresh strikeout. So Trammell's going to strike out. The first strikeout for Randy Johnson. And with 2 down, here comes Frank Robinson. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? He is an ace. Strikeout. Number 2 for the big unit. And that takes us to the end of the inning. Bottom of the second, no score. And leading off for the National League will be Pops. Willie Stargell. 1-2-4. Control pitch. No, Ryan does not have control. And Willie Stargell is not eager, so it's going to be a base on balls. He's not active, so he takes first base. And 1 on for Chipper Jones, who's the DH for the... we are using the DH, despite the National League being the home park. 3-3-5. Wild, no. Sad sack, no. It's a single right field. Stolen base. Stoic will hold. No. Chipper Jones will move Stargell to third, and then will steal second base. So we got runners on second and third. First real scoring threat of the game. With nobody out, Nolan Ryan's already in trouble, and here comes Mike Piazza. 4-4-5. Workman pitcher, no. Patient batter, he is not patient. It's a ground out to the first base. I didn't specify whether I was playing in, so we'll let the decider die. Dot, we're playing in. Nope. So that's going to score the runner. So it's a ground out, the runner's going to score. And we've got Stargell trotting across home plate with 1 out, and Jones moves to second. Here comes Mike Schmidt, the hammer. 1-4-4 is Nolan Ryan flash, double flash, and that is going to get him out of the inning. So he's going to strike out Schmidt and strike out Yount. And just like that, Nolan Ryan gets the mojo back, and he does allow a run, though. And the NL takes the lead 1-0 as we move to the third inning. Leading off for the American League, Victor Guerrero. Vladimir Guerrero. His 2004 card for Anaheim, card number 2 in the series. He's the second most recent inductee. 1-4-4. Flash, double flash for Randy Johnson. So there goes Vladimir, and there goes Pudge Fisk, who will strike out to at the bottom of the order. 2 down already. It's 4 strikeouts in a row for Randy Johnson. And George Brett with 2 down. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? He is fresh. Pop fly. So that'll end the inning for the American League. And no score for the American League is 1-0. National League as we go to the bottom of the third. Nolan Ryan still on the mound. We have our battle of heat. Both Ryan and Randy Johnson each have 4 strikeouts so far. Leading off is Tim Raines for the Expos. And 1-2-4. That's a control reading. And Nolan Ryan does not have control. Raines is not eager, so it's going to be a walk, and he is going to steal second. So another stolen base for the National League. Let's see. A walk and a stolen base puts Raines on second. All right, Lou Brock with the runner in scoring position and nobody out. 2-3-6. That is going to be a walk. So that will put Lou Brock on. Of course, he's not a threat to steal with Tim Raines holding at second base. 2 men on, though, nobody out. That's Ryan's third walk. Ryan Sandberg. 3-4-6. Is he eager? He is eager, yes. Fly out to center field. Will that advance anybody? Let's see. Stoic. No, it won't. So it's a fly out for Sandberg. 1 out. It's a big out for Ryan. Now they're playing at double play depth. Oh, better get my runner here. Double play depth here. And here's Orlando Cepeda, who flew out his first at bat. 1-2-4. That's another control reading, which, again, Nolan Ryan does not have. And he is not eager this time, so it's going to be another walk. That's Ryan's 4th walk. And the bases are loaded. And Willie Stargell steps to the plate. Holy cow, this could be some serious damage. Oh, 1-1-1. Look out, it's out of here. Because Nolan Ryan's not an ace. That's a grand slam home run to deep left field for Pop Stargell. And look at that. That puts the NL up 5-0. Run scored for Stargell. It's his 2nd run of the game. Cepeda scores, Brock scores, and Raines scores, and it is 5-0 National League. Well, the sacks are cleared, so Ryan might as well stay in now. There's still only 1 out. 1, 2, 4. Control. Now, you know, we might have to give Ryan the hook. That control reading's coming up a lot, and he does not have it. It all depends on whether Jones is eager. He is not, so that's going to be another walk and a stolen base. So I think we may have to pull Nolan Ryan at this point. So not exactly a stellar outing for the Ryan Express. 5 walks, a grand slam home run to Stargell, and 2 hits. So we got to figure out who's going to come in. Let's see. We got a runner on second. Let's bring in a long reliever. Let's go with Tom Glavine. How about? Wait a minute. I'm on the wrong. I got the wrong team out here. Hold on. Looking at the wrong dugout. Let's go to the visitor dugout. Right. Catfish Hunter. Yeah, you know, let's bring in Catfish Hunter because he's got double control. We've been getting a lot of control results. All right, so Hunter comes in for Ryan. And we got a runner on second. And here's Mike Piazza batting for the National League. There we go. 2-4-4. Is he an ace? He is an ace. Actually, he's going to be, well, he could have been an ace and a half, but he didn't get the dot. So he gets the ace from his being the first batter he's facing, so it's a fly out to center field. That'll get the second out of the inning. And here comes Mike Schmidt. 1, 2, 3, flash and fresh. He's not flash, though, but it is going to be a ground out to end the inning. Hunter does not have flash, so that'll be a very damaging inning for the American League. The National League scores 4 runs on Stargell's grand slam. It's 5-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. Randy Johnson facing Craig Biggio for the Astros, and here we go. 1, 2, 4. That's going to be another control. I've rolled a lot of control readings, and fortunately for the National League, Randy Johnson does have control, so it's a ground out to the shortstop. And Kirby Puckett up for the American League. 2-2-4. Pitching at home. All right, he is pitching at home. Well, we'll consider it the home. It's the National League home, so it's going to be a pop out to the shortstop. And Frank Thomas with 2 down. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? He is not an ace this time. Did not get the dot. So it's going to be a double to right field for Frank Thomas. Gets the big hit. And the American League has a threat going. Runner on second base, 2 down. Here's Jim Rice. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? He is an ace this time, so it's a strikeout. Strikeout number 5 for the big unit. Oops, put it on the right side here. And that'll close out the inning. So a quick glimmer of hope is extinguished. And it remains 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th with the National League on top. We'll leave Catfish Hunter in. And he'll be semi-fresh. 2-3-6. And he is double control, so that is going to avoid the walk. It's going to be double ground outs. So it's going to be a ground out for Yount. Oops, there's Piazza. So Yount's going to ground out. and Tim Raines is going to ground out. And just like that, 2 are out, and Lou Brock. 3-3-6. Is he ace or dynamic? He is an ace, so it's a flat to center field. We'll start the next inning on the experience chart. But nothing doing for the National League in the 4th. We go to the 5th inning, top of the 5th. And the big unit still on the mound, Alan Trammell. He'll be going to the experience chart for this at bat, so it looks like it's going to be icon versus icon. No need for the decider die on this one. 24. Icon batter, yes. Delivers a single just inside the baseline. So Trammell is on to lead it off. And the American League needs runs. Here's Frank Robinson. 2-5-6. Struggler pitcher, no. Champion or patient. He is patient, so he's going to draw a walk. So now we've got 2 on. Randy Johnson's semi-fresh at this point, but he's allowed 2 straight runners. 1 more, and he's a semi-struggler. Here's Vladimir Guerrero for the Angels. Big year for him. 1-2-6. Is he fresh? He is not fresh. The decider die says no. So it's a single pass second base that moves the runners up. Let me just check the... I don't think anybody's going to... Runners advance 1 base on hits, right? There's not 2 outs. So active runners score from second on any hit. Let's see who we got. Is Trammell active? I'm going to check and see. I don't recall. He is semi-active, so I guess I got to roll the decider die again. If I get a dot, he's going to score. No, he doesn't. So we're going to load him up. Bases are loaded. Trammell wanted to go, but was held back. All right, so here's Pudge Fisk with the bases loaded, nobody out. Randy Johnson is a semi-struggler. Probably would be a good idea to bring somebody else in, but we'll let the decider die. And we'll let him face 1 more batter. He does have the double flash. And let's let him face Carlton Fisk. Here we go. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? Did not get the dot. Look out, it's a double. A base-clearing double for Pudge Fisk. Well, I guess maybe I should have pulled him out of there. I had a feeling we might get a few more runs this game than Steve did in his game last night. So Pudge with a bases-clearing double scores Trammell, Robinson, and Guerrero. And I think that's going to be it for the big unit. With 3 runs in, 5-3 now. Let's see who's going to come in. Now maybe we'll bring in Tom Glavine. Boy, things went south kind of fast for Randy Johnson. We do have Bob Gibson, who's almost unfair to bring in. But now might be a good time. You know what? If I was partial to the National League, I would bring in Bob Gibson. But let's roll the decider die. Dot, he comes in. No, we're gonna save him for later. Let's bring in Juan Marichal. We'll go old school. So Juan Marichal comes in for the National League with nobody out. We got Pudge Fisk on second. And let's see if he can get something going. He does have double control. Semi-ace, semi-flash, double control. Pretty good year for Juan Marichal. This is his 1968 card. He had 26 wins that year. All right. Here comes George Brett. A dangerous hitter if there ever was one. 1-2-3. Flash. Yes. And fresh. Struck him out. Which is hard to do with George Brett. Better check for the good eyes. Yeah. Maybe he's both flash and fresh. And that's going to strike out George Brett. Slipped one past him. All right, here's Craig Biggio. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? He's not an ace this time. Whiffer or cold? No, he's not. Infield drama. So he nubs it through the infield or slices it through the infield. We'll find out which here shortly. First baseman gold? No, let's see. The first baseman for the National League is is let's see. It is Cepeda who's nothing. So he's not gold. It's going to be first. Save it first on an error. That's going to advance. That will advance Fisk to third. So we've got runners on the corners and still only one out. Here's Kirby Puckett. 1-4-6. Flash? Yes, struck him out. He's not a good eye. So Kirby takes strike 3, and here comes Frank Thomas with 2 down now. And 2 men on. This potential go-ahead run at the plate in Frank Thomas. 1-2-6. Fresh? He is fresh. Line out, and that will end it. So the American League got something going, but fell a little bit short. They did get 3 runs in, and it is now 5-3. Juan Marichal bails out the National League with some clutch pitching there, thanks to his freshness. All right, so Hunter, well, I think we'll take Hunter out because he does not have any freshness left. Let's bring in, we want to save Mariano Rivera, I think, for later. Let's go with Bert Blyleven, the twin. So Bert Blyleven comes in for the American League. This is one of his best years. 20-17 in 1973. And here we go with Ryan Sandberg leading off. National League is up 5-3, bottom of the 5th. 144. Is he flash? He is flash. Struck him out. Oh, wait a minute. We've got the. Let's check the glasses here. Questionable or lenient umpire at home. Let's see. I did not use the decider die, so he is not lenient this time. It was a close one. So Bill McGowan almost called ball 4, but just caught the strike zone. So that's going to be strike 3. Let's see here for Sandberg. And that will bring up Cepeda, who walked his last at bat. 1-2-5. That is going to be. Is he patient? He's not patient. That's going to be is he a whiffer? He's not a whiffer. It's going to be a ground out. All that for a ground out. And here comes Willie Stargell with the big home run deep to left field to put the National League on top. Let's get our base runners off the field here. 1-4-6. Flash? Yes. There's a strikeout. So Stargell goes down swinging, and that was a fairly fast inning for the American League. So top of the 6th now, and it is still 5-3, National League on top. I think we're going to take Marichal out. Let's bring in another pitcher. Let's bring in Glavine. He happens to be the top guy. So Tom Glavine comes in for the National League facing Alan Trammell. As Thomas ended the last inning with a strikeout. I'm sorry, Jim Rice. And then Alan Trammell. Here we go. 1-3-5. It's an unusual result. It's a ballpark result. We're playing in Coors Field, which is a small park. 13. Is it a small ballpark? It is. So foul ball into first base bleachers. Batter still at bat. Otherwise, it would have been caught for the foul out. So that will leave Jim Rice another opportunity to swing. 5-5-5. Ace or star? Well, that is going to be a yes for Tom Glavine. So it's a deep fly out. He's a semi-ace, which, of course, in the rules, that qualifies as ace or star. So it's a deep fly for Jim Rice. And here comes Alan Trammell, who I mentioned earlier. 2-3-5. That's going to be, not a wild pitcher, not an eager batter. And he's not patient either, so it's a ground out for Alan Trammell. And Frank Robinson from the Orioles, 1-4-6. We've seemed to have gotten that a lot. Flash, yep, struck him out. So Robinson goes down with a strikeout, and that was a 1-2-3 inning for the American League. So it's bottom of the 6th now. National League still leading 5-3. Things have quieted down quite a bit since Willie Stargell's big home run back in the 3rd inning. So we'll let Blyleven go another inning. And he's facing Chipper Jones, the DH for the National League. 2-3-6 is going to be... Oh, he does have double control, so that's going to be a ground out. Well, fortunate. That's the quality that the starting pitcher for the American League, Nolan Ryan, didn't have. So Jones is going to ground out, and in a groove, Bert Blyleven will also set down Mike Piazza, bringing up Mike Schmidt with 2 out. 1-2-3. He's not fresh, so that's just going to be a ground out for, well, let me just double check, make sure I'm not missing something. Yeah, it's a ground out to the shortstop. So a quick inning again. Top of the 7th, we go. And the National League is holding a 5-3 lead. So let's see. Let's let Glavine go again. We'll let Glavine go a second inning, and he'll be facing Vladimir Guerrero, who singled and struck out in his first 2 appearances. Top of the 7th, 5-3 National League. 1-1-5. Fresh. He is fresh. Got the dot. Pop fly. So a fly out for Guerrero. Here's Pudge, who had a big bases clearing double back in the 5th inning. 566. Wild pitcher, no. Good eye batter. He's not. It's going to be a strikeout for Pudge's 2nd of the game. And we will go to the right now chart for George Brett. Brett also struck out, one of those very rare strikeouts, so he's going to be cold. And Glavine's going to be hot. So this would be a good time for a pinch hitter for the American League. I hate to pull George Brett, so we'll let him go. 44. Batter steps out of the batter's box, timeout, then takes ball 4 base on balls. Wow! How about that? So Brett does manage to get on base. And here comes Craig Biggio. Man on. Big hit from Biggio, and it's a tie game. Off Tom Glavine. Let's see what happens. 1-1-2. That's going to be flash. It's going to be a strikeout. He's not a good eye, so that will end it for the American League. The end of heading to the bottom of the 7th, it is still 5-3. And I think we probably want to take Blyleven out. He's pitched his 2 innings. And let's bring in for, I'm going to say Mariano Rivera as the closer. How about, I want to see Gaylord Perry, another 70s guy. Back to the 70s here. So we'll bring in Gaylord Perry from the Cleveland Indians. This is his 1972 card. And here we go. He's facing Robin Yount, who has grounded out and struck out in his first 2 at-bats. 5-3, bottom of the 7th. National League is on top. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Good eye batter, no. Strikeout. And we're going to go to the right now chart. So Yount strikes out again. Tim Raines, who's going to be neutral. Gaylord Perry will be hot. 34. Cold batter, no. Fly out to right field. Would have been a big out otherwise. So fly out for Raines, and here comes Lou Brock, who walked and scored a run in the big 3rd inning. Other than that, not much for Big Lou. 4-5-5. Flash pitcher. Semi-flash, yes. Struck him out. He's not a good eye, so that's going to be a strikeout for Lou Brock, and that will end the inning. Boy, they've set down. I don't even want to count it here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in a row. 13 batters in a row have been retired for the National League. So that's it for 7, and it's still 5-3. We go to the top of the 8th. 2, 3, 4. I got to check my score sheet here. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, top of the 8th. And Glavine, I guess, probably should come out. He's pitched his 2 innings. He's not fresh. Let's bring in Bruce Sutter from the Cubbies, who is a Hall of Fame reliever. So he's the guy you want to bring in. And then they've got Lee Smith to mop it up if necessary. All right, so Bruce Sutter on the mound. Kirby Puckett is at bat for the American League. And let's see what happens. 3-4-5. That's going to be iron catcher. No. Good eye batter. I'm trying to remember if I should be on the right now chart. No, I think that was last inning. I should have written that down. I don't think that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody will. Iron catcher, no. Good eye batter, no strikeout. So it'll be a strikeout for Puckett. And now we'll go to the right now chart. Suter's going to be hot. Thomas. Thomas is going to be cold. All right, well, we probably need to go. We probably need to bring in a pinch hitter just to make this interesting. Bringing in a pinch hitter for the American League for Frank Thomas. Let's bring in Rod Carew, who can take over at first base. So Rod Carew comes in from the Twins. And here we go. So we're not going to the right now chart. 1, 2, 5. Struggler pitcher, no. Patient batter, no. Not a whiffer, ground out to the third baseman. So a quick dribbler from Carew. And now 2 are out. And here comes Jim Rice against Bruce Suter. 3-3-5. Not wild, not sad sack. Single right field. And it's going to be a stolen base for Jim Rice. I need to get my base runner off here. Well, I'll put it here. So Jim Rice has had 2 base hits and a stolen base. And there's life for the American League. 2 out. Top of the 8th. Here's Alan Trammell. 3-3-6. Ace or dynamic? Ace. Fly out to center field. So we're going to go to experience. Oh, but no, we're not, because that's the end of the inning. So Rice is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and it is still 5-3 National League. All right, Perry. We'll let Perry go another inning, I guess. Who have we got? Let's bring in Jack Morris. We got plenty of pitching, plenty of Hall of Fame pitching. So Jack Morris is going to come on. This is from his year with the Tigers, 86. And he will face Sandberg from the Cubs. Here we are. So it's 5-3, still 5-3. National League on top, bottom of the 8th. Jack Morris on the mound for the American League. 4-5-6 is Sandberg patient. Nope, it's going to be a fly out to center field. And we're going to go to chemistry. First time we've used chemistry this game. Both teams are semi-harmonic. Cepeda will bat. 34. Batting team harmony. I guess I got to roll the decider, don't I? No, they are not. Ground out to the third baseman. And here's Stargell. Will be the game MVP if nothing changes. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? Yes. Bruce Suter is an ace. I'm sorry. What am I doing here? Stargell. I've lost my place here. Stargell. Morris. Okay. Stargell against Morris. Stargell against Morris. 1-3-6, and that will be ace. No, he's not an ace. And he's a whiffer. He is a whiffer. Struck him out. Ooh, costly for Stargell. So that will take care of that. And we go to the top of the 9th. And let's see. Now we bring in the closer, I guess. Lee Smith. Who will face Frank Robinson. Let's mark our scorecard here. Smith. All right. Lee Smith pitched for a lot of different teams. Looking at his career bio, it's pretty amazing. All right, so Robinson facing Lee Smith, and it is still 5-3. Nothing doing for the National League since that big inning back in the third inning. They haven't gotten even a single base runner. All right, here's Frank Robinson hoping to be that base runner. 1-4-5, struggler? No. Ground out to the first baseman. So the streak continues. Here's Vladimir Guerrero. Trying to add a couple insurance runs here Fresh, yep, struck him out. And here's Pudge Fisk. Last chance for the American League. This will be it. Three, four, six. Eager. He's not. Oh, he's going to walk. And he's not active. Well, so there's life for the American League with 2 out. And George Brett. Let me get my thing correct here. Base runner on first. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? He is fresh. Pop fly. That ends the game. So fly out for Brett to end the game. And, of course, the National League will not need to take the bats for the bottom of the ninth with a 5-3 lead. That's our game. How about that? So a parade of pitchers after the early fireworks. Willie Stargell's grand slam home run accounting for 4 of the 5 National League runs. They did scratch a run in the second inning as well, but other than that, the American League pitching was more than up to the challenge. But the National League pitching was also pretty solid. Let me count how many strikeouts they totaled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 strikeouts. The American League struck out 13 times. 5 different pitchers combined for that. Not quite so impressive on the American League side. So there you go. There's our Cooperstown Legend Game 2 of the Super Series. And the National League takes a 2-0 lead. Not sure if there's going to be a third game. I imagine we will. If not televised, I may have to just get the cards out myself. So the collection is available online. There's a bunch of different players, so you can literally play a different game, every night with your Field of Dreams ball players. Appreciate you watching. Let's see, next week, what are we doing next week? Next week is, I made the schedule because we have our first non-newsletter coming out Monday, our Play Stub Sports Ping, and I put the schedule on there. It escapes me offhand exactly what we're doing. Oh, is it Fury Football? That's right, we're doing Fury Football next week on the Play Space. We'll be announcing the return of Fury Football and how it's going to return and when, and we'll get the game out and play a game. I think me and Sam are actually going to play each other head-to-head. We're going to figure out how to get the camera working on that, so that's what we'll be doing next Thursday night on the Play Space. Till then, appreciate you watching. Thanks for joining us. And again, our final score in Game 2 of the Cooperstown Legends Super Series, National League 5, American League 3, from Coors Field in Denver. Keith Avalone from Play Games saying, see you next time on the Play Space.